I'm in Afton, Virginia. This is not too far from Charlottesville, and this is the trailhead for the Blue Ridge Tunnel. It was a railroad tunnel that went through the Blue Ridge Mountains here at Rockfish Gap. It was built back in the 1800s, and it's turned itself into a Rails to Trails project. So I'm gonna go up this way and hike through it today. Over here is the Afton Railway Depot. I'll get a picture of that. There's the rail line right there. And last but not least, there's my little red car. So we're going to head over this way and work our way over to the tunnel. Six-tenths of a mile into my hike, and getting ready to go into the tunnel right here, and wow, there's all kinds of water dripping down, and I can feel ice under my feet. So there's the old tunnel from the 1800s. This is the modern day tunnel, CSX tunnel. I think that one was built in 1944. And back that way, about a 6/10 of a mile, is the parking lot. So here we go. I got to get my flashlight out. I brought a pretty powerful one. Hopefully I can light up the tunnel. Let's see what happens. Water coming down off the mountain. A few icicles. It's cold up here today, folks. 7/10 of a mile into my hike. I just came out of the western end of the tunnel, and I don't think I'm going to bother going all the way up to the parking lot. I think it's another 3/4 of a mile or something up to the western parking lot, but I'm going to walk up here just a little ways and then turn around and head back. So there's the western end of the tunnel, and okay, it looks like it's a half a mile to the parking lot this way. And looking over here, looks like we had a little light dusting of snow. See it on the trees? Now let's head up this way just a little further. I guess these telephone lines aren't being used anymore since it's down on the ground here, and I guess nobody cares. See it there draped over that? So, once upon a time, telephone lines. I'm back over to the eastern end now, and maybe you can see the water dripping down all over the place. This end of the tunnel's pretty wet. Off in the distance, some of the mountains. This is the eastern end. And I notice up there some old telegraph wires, telegraph wires. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Waynesboro East, 1997, and I hiked through the Blue Ridge Tunnel. This is a railroad tunnel that was built back in the 1800s, and it was recently converted to a Rails to Trails project. It just opened up this month, or possibly late last month. This is just to orient you to what's on this map. This is Interstate 64, the modern road across the mountain at Rockfish Gap. So there's Interstate 64. This is the top of the mountain at Rockfish Gap. This is the older route across the mountain. This is US Route 250. Comes up like this. Okay, and on the west side, it makes this loop-de-loop like this and heads down. Waynesboro's down this way. And this is the route that Claudius Crozet surveyed for the rail line to carry traffic across the Blue Ridge right here, like this. There was 4 tunnels required starting over here, a little further to the east. There was 4 tunnels that were required. I gotta grab another piece of paper to name them all, but the longest one by far is the one that runs from here to here. This is the Blue Ridge Tunnel. And let's see, right here is the site of the old Afton train depot. So that's where you park. And then from here over to here, here's the entrance to the tunnel on the east side. This part right here is crushed gravel walkway. Then you go into the tunnel and you come out the other end, the western end of the tunnel right here. And if you go down here far enough over this way, there's another parking area over here on the west side. Now let me just switch to a different sheet here to give you a little history of this Blue Ridge Tunnel. It's 4,237 feet long, and this was opened in 1858. Well, that was before they had invented dynamite, so this thing was dug out using hand drills and black powder. It was open for rail traffic from 1858 to 1944, and in 1944 it was closed because they built a bigger tunnel just to the left of it. This is the tunnel they built in 1944, and this is the original one that Claudius Crozet built. So this tunnel was 1858 to 1944, and then they closed this tunnel, and this tunnel is 1944 to present day. And this is the one that you're hiking through right here. Now there was 4 tunnels that they had that were needed. One, starting the furthest to the east was a Greenwood Tunnel, then there was a Brookville Tunnel, then there was a Little Rock Tunnel, and finally the Blue Ridge Tunnel. Once you come through on the west side, there's no more tunnels. Once you come out of this tunnel right here, then you're just going down the west side of the mountain down to Waynesboro. Here's the coordinates of the old train depot. I think it's being used as a law office at this point. Ended up being 2.6 miles, and it's pretty flat, 229 feet of total ascent. And that was the hike for today.